Welcome to Sanjay. This is the third edition or the fourth edition of the SIG meeting.
Eighth edition, Saurabh, eighth edition.
Eighth edition of the SIG meeting. And the first edition in 2020, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, first edition in 2020. Welcome all. And I think we got a little bit derailed, obviously, through obvious reasons. And we still are a little bit derailed. But we thought that we might as well revive the interest and then share experiences and share ideas or get some speakers amongst ourselves to basically overcome, certain problems we might be facing or certain idea, sharing of basically ideas, information, etc. And Dr. Paresh Karia, he is our valued charter member, and he has, graciously accepted to chair this session, run this session, and has given, the topic all of you know, design and, basically the process. It has to be very simple and straightforward and process driven. So without further ado, welcome all again. And Sanjay is leading the manufacturing group. So I'll hand over to Sanjay to introduce Dr. Paresh Karia.
Good afternoon, all. This being the eighth event, so we have been trying to focus different topics relevant to not just manufacturing, but anyone who is into any sort of business. So today's topic is designing the process. Most of the times we end up having a process which is either too complex or haphazard, and we end up being inefficient most of the time. So Dr. Paresh Karia is a very experienced person. He has a PhD, MBA, is the founder and director of AIQ India, PVN Associates. He has about three decades of experience with the elevator Otis company. He started his career as a service engineer, and so he's a hands-on guy also. Later on ended up with top management positions in India, Thailand, and Asia Pacific. So without any further delay, I would like to invite Dr. Paresh Karia to begin his presentation. Paresh bhai, welcome.
Okay, thank you, Sanjay bhai, Saurabh bhai. I think it's my home also. So my pleasure. And let me set my presentation. So let me put a full screen. Really, you will confirm once slide is okay.
No, the next slide view we can close on your, probably, yeah, now it's fine, yes.
Comfortable?
Yes.
Okay, so my thank you note to Saurabh bhai, Sanjay bhai, PLE, everybody, and all the participants online. On my side, warm welcome to you for today's topic. I think before we start the interesting topic, maybe a couple of handful tips to have a success online, because I know we are reaching through the screen. So make sure that you are muted when you are not talking. Be yourself, right? And I need energy. Okay, I know it's an afternoon, but I need energy. That's why I put two photographs also, right? And as and when you have any query, just use the chat box, okay? So we can respond you during the Q&A session, right? So get ready. And now I'm really formally starting the session. This is my favorite slide. As and when I talk with these statements. Efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. So we have a purpose and direction today. So just ensure that you capture it, because you will get a lot of good ideas with 1 hour investment. And these good ideas, I request all of you, because we will have one exercise today, right? And this exercise need pen and paper. So keep pen and paper. I think PLE has sent you the sheet to you, one document file to you, right? And even if you don't have, I think keep a paper with you and pen with you, right? And try to pick up any important ideas in 1 hour talk we have planned today. And don't pick up the ideas. Make sure that you convert these ideas into, the action plan, right? because unless you execute this today's learning or idea, you will not be the beneficiary, right? If you want to be the beneficiary and big picture person, I think today's talk will be a great benefit to all of us. Or even if you like, you just put a spotlight, right? Keep a small point note and then use it later. So we are really starting the session. I'm ready to move you, right? So today's agenda of a talk is, Saurabh rightly said that design the process to be simple and straightforward, execution rather than complex, right? And we will go into every nitty-gritty of standard work or a process, right? That what is this standard work, and what are the different type of standard work, and how to create or update the standard work, and followed by question answer. So we will have a detailed session on this, right? And we would like to uncover a lot of hidden treasure which we have not exploited fully in manufacturing. I know today's interest group is manufacturing, but we would like to uncover a lot of hidden potential to improve our operational efficiency, manufacturing efficiency, right? And if you ask me, frankly speaking, how this topic evolved, when Sanjay Bhai was asking me, said, Paresh Bhai, you give me a topic. So frankly speaking, I have one habit in my corporate career, in my advisory career today also. And my habit is ask habit. Always ask, ask and ask. Ask for a ACE. ACE means achieving competitive excellence, right? So what is this ask habit I have? And I would like to give to you. Ask means I always question people with all gratitude and politeness and all respect about abilities and attitudes, about the skill set and about the knowledge. So ask is nothing, abilities, attitudes, skills, knowledge in the context of our business, right? So even when I was in this journey, one day I was thinking about that, what is the biggest lesson I learned in my, this holiday period, more or less partly holiday, C19 period, right? And it came in just 3 words, culture is king. Culture is king. The reason why I'm telling you, because if your culture is solid, you can face any challenges whatsoever, not only C19, right? So quite further, that if you are a big man or you are a head of your company, what you know about your company culture, minimum, 5 points I would like to share with you. First and foremost, how your leaders are doing a job. Are they effective? Are they shaping the right culture, right? Or my employees are fully engaged? Are they giving extra mile, right? Or my talent is retained, right? Or my customers are happy, or my employees are focused for a customer centricity, right? And finally, operational effectiveness means the productivity and efficiency, everything we talk about, right? See, end of the day, every CEO is interested that how my people are doing their job. Are they going extra mile, right? All this stuff. End of the day, 3 parameters, right? Revenue, profit, and cash flow. Every big man is interested on, year on year or quarter on quarter increase in revenue, profit, and cash flow. These are the bottom line of any top man, any owner of the company. So here, this topic is, evolved when I was thinking about, to talk to you. Now I'm talking about culture, which I learned a big lesson in COVID-19. See, culture you can definitely, get into, but it is very hard to define. But you can pick up through shiny eyes. When you look at your employee, your managers, your supervisors, any employee in the company, I think their eyes, their shiny eyes will tell you whether they are extra mile or they are, having a passion to work or they are interested. So I think ask habit, one of the factor was just to capturing what is happening in shiny eyes, right? So point here is when you really want to shape the culture, you have to be watchful on your shiny eyes of your people, right? And the point here, with the objective to nurture good hearts, good minds, and employee engagement, right? With the help of the today's topic, process improvement, with equal emphasis on quality and flow. And here to shape up, these are the problems for a learning potential. Instead of firing them, every mistake, just capture it if it has a bigger impact on the business, right? And use all the simple and visual approaches for a process improvement. At the end of the day, feedback is very, very important, right? Continuous feedback to discover the problems and guide for solutions and validate our, improvements. At the end of the day, in culture, I wanted to tell you, you never get a second chance to create a first impression, right? First impression is an everlasting impression, and that comes through culture and shiny eyes, right? So point very important. And again, another ask habit has given me a learning that I don't want simply compliance to show off my customer, to show off bosses, but I want compliance to conviction. Compliance to conviction in the context is, even if I go out and walk around any factory to do some audits like environment, health, safety, I find they are just doing some compliances. No. I think we need conviction, right? Whether it is a quality or delivery or response or relationship, I think every employee, including the top man, has to have passion, right? It should not be the basic compliance that we are also good company. No, you go beyond good, right? So complete personal conviction is very, very important to move further. And that is why I generally drive in my couple of boardroom, culture building. I always say that culture starts with you and me as a top man, right? And a couple of dialogues I use, we celebrate imagination. We promote ideas, imagination, new thinking, right? Basically that gives the path to innovation and, some market win. Even I always encourage to believe in us, right? Instead of thinking other, I think I empower and inspire each and every employee and managers, right? Give them some autonomy and trust, right? To contribute in the company. And end of the day, see, when we are a company with 100 people or 200 people, we are many voices, right? Many voices means there is a lot of opportunity for a greatest ideas, right? Always diverse teams of thinkers with a different point of view benefit. And end of the day, we know that we are better together, right? One man cannot do anything in the company. And always strive for the best in class, strive for the best. So culture starts with us. I always prefer that we increase this part of the staff culture in our vision and mission statement, right? Again, I reconfirm ask principle has really developed today's topic. Point back to you that another area in ask is I always ask about 7+1 deadly waste in my company. And I call this as a downtime review. As and when I review for my operation or manufacturing, I always ask how many defects, how much amount of overproduction, how much waiting time, what is the non-use of my talent, how much extra we are spending on transportation, how about inventory management, how about people movement. When I walk around the factory shop floor, I always look into that, what are the extra movement happening and how much is the excess processing happening in my manufacturing, right? So this is my number one agenda when I review my board or my presentation for operation, right? And I always say downtime review. Downtime is very, very dear topic to me. And using this downtime is basically to give a path to improve the processes. Basically, all this waste, if you look into more detail, the answer is the processes, right? Processes improvement reduces the downtime, right? And here I would like to highlight, based on my experience, overproduction is considered to be the worst waste in the company. Whenever you do overproduction, it is the worst waste. Why? Because it also attracts other type of waste. Because when you have overproduction, then your inventory increases, right? Sometimes your transportation increases, right? Then reconditioning, etc., improves the defect, increases the defect. So all these things is a part of ask, principle. Again, defects, overproduction, waiting, non-use of human asset, transportation, inventory, movement. And I have given a couple of examples. So maybe you can take a 1 minute and look at it. Like defect, there are both the side. It is not only manufacturing I'm talking about. Defect also in a business processes. It's not only the manufacturing, like poor hands-off and passing on the work that is missing or inaccurate information that require clarification or rework, right? Or in manufacturing example, assembly or machining errors or damage to work in process, scrap or repairs. This also gives you the defect. Overproduction, both the side, whether it is a office processes or it is a large manufacturing or a medium-sized manufacturing, right? excess copies or files or work containing too much or useless information is nothing is overproduction. Even large batch size, lot sizes are not made in according to the customer demand rate. Waiting is a famous, right, lead time between meetings and the decision that are needed to be made. And this is what is a business process, waiting, right? That's a best. In manufacturing, we all know bottleneck, equipment or resource downtime. These are all examples for a waiting in the manufacturing side. Non-use of human asset is very dear to me, if you ask me. And this is even today, I see a lot of opportunity. Not fully using employee skills, intellect, ideas, creativity, buy-in and discarded knowledge, etc. Transportation, everybody knows these examples, right? In manufacturing, excessive parts travel or supply chain, we call it spaghetti, right? In manufacturing, spaghetti is a very dear concept in manufacturing. Transportation in office side, multiple unnecessary, hands off or of a mail or a paperwork or barrier to, effective and efficient communication. And this is increasing nowadays. Inventory, everybody knows both the side, whether it is a business process or it is a manufacturing process, right? Like work backlogs or information that is not processed and move forward. It is a information inventory creating a problem. Same way in manufacturing, parts or products that are not needed by the next process, right? Or a customer. Movement, poor ergonomics in office layouts, not support the flow of the information. And in manufacturing, employee walking to find or allocate parts, fixtures, even tools and tooling, etc. And that is why nowadays we drive 5S concept. Access processing, too many sign-offs in business process, not using pre-formatted templates, right? In manufacturing, access processing is rework, extra inspection, and not adhering to the processes, right? So these are all examples. You can also review your point of view because you are also in this side, right? So you can review your examples and your own experiences just to, pointer that can I improve there. So this is a part of ask. And again, I always go into, attention. I have a lot of attention into detail. I always call obsessive attention for detail. I never stop in my ask principle with the scrap value or a warranty cost or a rework cost or a repair cost, right? Or extra inspection cost. But motivation for me is what is hidden, what is non-visible. And that is what I think the process approach will, uncover all this hidden and non-visible. And that is what will also open up the areas to optimize the cash flow and profit. And this is a very popular slide, right? Cost of quality. Even a couple of I said key question I always ask my team, that what is a critical to satisfaction mean in the terms of customer? Customer के लिए क्या dear है? Quality, response, relationship, or what is a critical to quality in means terms of product or services? Means what are your topmost product specification you cannot compromise, right? So what is a critical to quality in the context of your product and service? What is a critical to delivery in terms of product or services? See, we have a clientele. Some of the premium client, you cannot take a chance to delay. They will not repeat later. Even critical to cost. Today, cost is very dear subject, right? In terms of our product and services. And critical to process. This is what the topic we will add on today, right? And objective is just to come out of catalog knowledge of our business. I use this dialogue sometimes in boardroom advisory that you don't know your business, you have a catalog knowledge, right? Point here is you have to arrive to a conclusion when you complete your review or meeting or discussion, right? Not an assumption. And this topic will help us to come to the conclusion and decision making, right? So now we are starting our topic in detail. The design the process to be simple and straightforward, execution rather than complex, right? Our topic is standard work. Now, I would like to give you little, basic theory and we'll go into practical, right? Standard work, everybody knows, we generally call process or SOP in our company today, right? Standard work is the method by which work is simplified, structured, documented to ensure maximum quality, productivity, and repeatability over time, right? And this is called SOP in our company. We use standard work, right? Standard work in noun I told you example SOP, or you can say documented process or procedure, or you have checklist and task instruction. That is a noun. And this is popular. We are using nothing new. But today we will uncover that what we can do here. And once you want to go into detail, standard work has five-step process. First, if you really need the standard work, then you identify this need, that I need the checklist or instruction or a detailed SOP. So identify the need. Now you determine which type of standard work you need it, or which type of SOP, right? I will share next slide. If you don't have this SOP or a standard work, you create it. Or if you have existing standard work not effective, you update it. And then finally, we have to implement and we have to ensure we control this standard work, right? We generally put a stamp of control seat karke, right? So it is a 5-step process. But when you ask me that standard work, if you take small thought, that how you know that you have to do this task assigned to you. And generally when you look at, I think there is two people waiting. Okay. Really, there is something. Okay. Sorry. So how do you know how to do the task assigned to you? Answer is a standard work or SOP, right? Or what documents are available to help you to do that task? Again, you said SOP hai na hamare paas, right? So general example of employee standard work is a process overview, work instruction, process maps, activity description, standard work combination sheets. Even in our factory, signs and labels are also standard work, whether to go to left or right or this department or that department, and various checklists. So we have this standard work in our company, right? But question back to all of us, are this standard work effective, accurate? Could others do your task using this instruction? Right? Sometimes the standard work is person specific. He or she only understand, but if I take that SOP in my hand, I don't understand what is this, right? So we have to review this example of the standard work and whether it is effective or not, right? And which I think we are using nowadays more, because once you are ISO company, they need it, right? So this is what my point to you, that we need to go into detail. So now I was talking about type of standard work. Now just to open up the knowledge, there are 3 types of standard work. And first is a strategic standard work, like your corporate policy, your business roadmap, your strategic plan for marketing or supply chain. Even SIPOC is also considered as a standard work. I will share one slide on SIPOC. Even impact maturity chart. Impact maturity chart is nothing. You have a process, right? Process is not mature, but that process has a high impact on business. Now example, account receivable. Account receivable process is not mature, but it has a high impact on the cash flow, right? So you need to take that process in first priority to improve. So process having a high impact and low maturity, and that is why we prepare the impact maturity chart. Even value stream mapping nowadays people are doing, that how much waste you can reduce. So these are called strategic standard work. There are other type of standard work is operational standard work. Operationally standard works examples are process at a glance for a top level, like product quality analysis and quantity analysis, process metrics, spaghetti chart, time observation, process capacity sheet, operators and operator bar chart. These are all standard work operational we are using in manufacturing, right? Even process map, these are all we use in our operational side. And this is a third type of standard work is a procedural. Procedural is work instruction, even operating procedures of ABCD machine, or activity description, aise karna hai. Even we use nowadays Swimland map in manufacturing. Even electronic file standard is also there. Checklists are there. Visual controls are there. These are procedural standard work. So there are 3 types of standard work, right? Strategic, operational, and procedural, right? Now you have to decide which type of the standard work you want to prioritize and create or update. This is what I was referring to you, SIPOC. I am sure all manufacturing champion knows that SIPOC is nothing. It starts with customer. Customer को क्या चाहिए? Output, right? वो output के लिए कौन सा process है? वो process के लिए क्या inputs है? और वो inputs के लिए what are the suppliers. So point here is customer को क्या output चाहिए in terms of description, in terms of delivery quantified, in terms of quality, detailed quality specs in a quantified measure, which process and this process, which are the inputs, describe that inputs in terms of delivery and quality in a quantified measure. And who are the suppliers plus our employees involved here? And that is what I was talking to you, that this process, what is its impact on my business? See, business, if you ask me, first 3 parameter is revenue, second is profit, and third is cash flow, right? ये तीनों का तो पहला priority है, then later other parameters we can take it, right? So point here is SIPOC is also a standard work in a strategic side. SIPOC is basically a tool used by our company or a team to identify all the relevant element of our process, right? And that is how you do the process improvement, right? It helps define your complex project that may not be well scoped, even typically employed at the, at the Six Sigma once we apply a detailed Six Sigma or a lean principle. Now moving further to our topic, the standard work today. See, once you focus on this area of standard work, we create the foundation for a lean process management. People are talking a lot today about lean management or lean process, right? But this is the foundation for a lean process management. And when you have a focus on the standard work, you can create consistency and you can embed the best practices of others, right? See, the focus on standard work assures us that you can talk about zero defect over a period, right? You can talk about process management. You can talk about that I'm reducing my downtime, right? Your waste will be visible, right? And it provides a baseline for you to benchmark others, right? And basically, I told you, end of the day, it's a culture, right? Company culture, the standard work. Even if you ask me, I am a big fan of HDFC Bank. Why? Because HDFC Bank is a process-focused bank where employee only follow the process. And I love it. Sometimes I complain, but end of the day, I explain myself that these are people respecting the process. Okay. So company culture, right? And this is what is a talk today to help us, right? And it helps us for continuous improvement in terms of culture. So this is what strategic, operational, and procedural. Now I'm going to talk and give you the example on procedural side today because we have limited time, but we will have one small exercise, okay, in the next couple of slides. And my objective was to engage you because once you do with your own hand this exercise, you will understand what I want to convey you. And now you will have opportunity to test the effectiveness of standard work with this exercise. So PLE has given you the sheet. I know you would have taken a printout, right? And that printout, you keep it in front of you with and back side of the sheet is a blank, right? So point here is what I wanted to tell you. Are we, PLE, you have sent all these things to everybody, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So my point was, I think let keep it ready and you get engaged. So I request all the participants to engage here and just share with me in your chat box you are ready with the the quota, the seat with you. A couple of guys can confirm if you are ready. Okay, so I assume you are ready and just focus. I'm running through one small exercise of standard work, right? So now at this point of time, I'm hiring you in my company, and my company is Customer Cartoon Inc. It is a US multinational. Your salary is handsome, right? And your salary is very big. So you are now my new employee. You have joined me. I have recruited you. You are expert in cartoon. Don't smile at me. I know you are expert in drawing the cartoon. And now you will be creating a drawing to fulfill our customers' orders. See, our company's job is to create a cartoon and give it to our customers. So I'm sure you are ready with the paper. So first you will use the blank paper. Okay. And now I'm going to train you. I am your department supervisor. And now I'm giving you a training. So get ready. Okay. And I welcome all of you because you are my new employee. So I welcome all of you to CCI, which is a multinational in selling the cartoon pictures. Now I'm going to give you a training. Why? Because our customer has given an order. A new order we have received, and that order is to prepare a picture of happy pig. Happy pig आपने नहीं देखा है तो मैंने फोटो भी रखा है. ये happy pig का फोटो है, right? मैंने गूगल से डाउनलोड करके आपको दिखाने के लिए रखा है. ये happy pig का कार्टून बनाना है, पिक्चर, right? Now first you will use the blank sheet of a paper, right? वो जो प्रिंट आउट के पीछे ब्लैंक होगा, right? So first you will use the blank sheet of a paper, right? And I will give you the training. So I'm sure you are ready. Okay. So now listen to me very careful because I'm giving you a verbal training. Okay. Now training starts. See, good afternoon, everybody. And now in this training, I'm going to teach you how to draw happy pig. Now I want you to draw an animal. The animal I want you to draw is a side profile of a happy pig. Side profile of a happy pig. The pig should have oval body, 2 pointy legs, 2 pointy ears, a round nose with 2 round nostrils, a larger round eye, and a smile for a mouth. Can you start drawing it? Couple of guys try it in few seconds if you can draw this verbal training. I know we don't have too much of time, but when I conduct this type of training, what is the outcome? The outcome is they use the blank sheet of paper. They follow my instruction that I want you to draw an animal. Animal I want you to draw is a side profile of happy pig. Pig should have an oval body, 2 pointy front leg, 2 pointy ears, a round nose with 2 round nostrils, a large round eye, and a smile for a mouth. They use this, and once they come back, after the verbal training, these are the picture I get. And I tell them, if I ship the order to customer complain that product did not conform to their requirements, right? And we were not successful with this type of standard work training, right? And these are the pictures which I'm sharing with you. एक भी picture same नहीं है, right? And this is also standard work, right? मैंने उसको training दिया ना. So we were not successful in this type of standard work to draw the happy pig because since you were trying here to do the jobs from a simple verbal instruction, there were likely many questions that did not get answered in this training. That how big should be the pig be? How can it have a 2 nostrils? If it is a side profile, is there supposed to be a tail? How do I know my finished products will meet customers' requirement? कुछ नहीं था. खाली verbal explanation था of making a happy pig for customer. And finished product was probably no better than this produced by other operators, right? Almost everybody produced, but it was not as per the requirement. And we often put people in this situation. My point here is we often put people in this situation expecting them to do the accurate work with little or no standard work. Even simple tasks can be difficult to do correctly without standard work. That is my learning of 30 years. That even sometimes simple task also, if you give checklist or something, they make it perfect or better, right? So here customer cartooning management understood that ये नहीं चलेगा. This will not work. So they determined that there must be a good SOP, standard work. And they implemented immediately to avoid losing the customer business. Now what they did is, okay, this sheet, keep it ready. What they did is, the boss, the department manager, and he hired outsider industrial engineer. So they had a good meeting and they created a work instruction, right? And template. कि ऐसा follow करेगा तो happy pig आराम से बनेगा. And happy pig is our most popular product. So there is a revenue also. So they prepared the standard work instruction, total 13 tasks, 13 steps. And there are sub tasks also. If you look at, and if you use that grid wala sheet, which I have given you, here it's a task, description, and subtask. Okay, so draw a letter. If you have a sheet, you can follow later, but I wanted to tell you, because we don't have a long time, But I want to explain you that this task, when we gave it to the operator, they follow this instruction. Draw a M at top left intersection. Subtask bottom center M touches the intersection. Draw a letter W at the bottom of left intersection. Top center of W touches the intersection. So people followed all these 13 tasks and another 6 subtasks, and they produced. It was good, but see the result. The second exercise when I do with my team to improve my standard work from verbal to checklist, the order prepared, but customer was not happy because ऐसा ही कुछ बना. It was better than earlier, but there are a lot of defect. Okay, and it was not consistent. All the operators were not 100% aligned, and there were mistakes. So now we got the spark that why are we producing inconsistent result after investing time and money developing SOP? So here we made some mistakes, which I wanted to share with you in this exercise. While the instruction provided, might have seemed simple here to the people who developed them, they will left many questions unanswered in this task also. That what is an intersection? What is an arc? Which way should it go? How big should M and W be? ये सब क्वेश्चन का आंसर है ही नहीं ये चेकलिस्ट में. इफ यू लुक एट दिस चेकलिस्ट, इसमें पूरा क्लैरिटी नहीं मिल रहा है. दैट इज व्हाट इज द इनकंसिस्टेंसी, राइट? दैट so this standard work probably made your job more difficult. पहले से भी वो difficult हो गया, and it took more time, right, to produce the result, and did not result in a better quality product. But here the bottom line or a learning lesson was that the users were not involved in creation of this standard work. That is probably the root cause of it is ineffective. Why it is ineffective? Because जिसको काम करना है वो involved ही नहीं है to develop the standard work, right? So now company understood that they need to involve users. So company asked a cross-functional team, which include this operator, means you guys, whom I am giving you training, right, producing the Happy Peak. And they now develop the final version of standard work. And now it is ready. Now, if you look at, this is a revised standard work, right? And after, looking at, if you apply this revised standard work, it is more detailed. Now you look at the standard work. Draw M at the top left intersection. Bottom center of M touches the intersection. And इधर detail instruction picture में भी समझाया है. यहाँ M करना है, then दो W करना है, then you have to join the arc, right? Then you have to put a round circle and 2 dots, right? Then you have to put an arc over here, right? Then you have to put a smile and 1 dot over here and then 1 tail here, right? Now this standard work, when we give the final version of the standard work, we found that customer was happy. The customer was satisfied with the final result, right? And then again, brainstorming over standard work, that what type of standard work was most effective? Who should have been involved in the early development of this SOP, right? What are the other elements which we included in this standard work? And this particular standard work, even I guarantee today you are not champion or expert in drawing, but you can make this Pakka drawing, which I'm selling you, right? You can also prepare a Happy Peak within a short, following a short SOP, which I'm giving you. So point learning here is, how did the last version of standard work compared to earlier was successful, right? So here we use having the users involved in the creation of a standard work. It made it effective, right? And other elements were added to final standard work that made it more robust. Example, visual instructions were easier to follow. Provided a way to validate and written instruction, right? The final instruction had a owner, revision date, level, location for where to find it, right? So effective standard work include all these elements. And the next time you are involved in creating this process into, right? Remember this intended audience and ensure that it is clear, concise, accurate, and rapidly accessible. So my point here is that today we have a lot of SOPs, but we find it complex, not easy, right? So we have a lot of opportunity to upgrade or create a new standard work. That was the point today to our manufacturing experts here. And point back to you That standard work is a 5 steps, basically 5-step process. Identify the need, determine which type of standard work, strategic, operational, or procedural. If you have standard work, but it is not effective, please update. Or if you don't have standard work, create it. Finally, implement and control, right? So point here is a 5-step process designed to produce create a foundation for a continuous improvement, and it provides employee with the ability to perform their daily task. So back to basics on this topic. If you want to move further, gather the current state of your standard work and identify the opportunity for an improvement. If you think it is complex, it is an opportunity for improvements, right? And you apply the ask habits, which I was telling you. Always ask attitudes, abilities, skill, knowledge. See that we come out of a catalog knowledge. End of the day, you as a owner, you don't have catalog knowledge, but a lot of people in the company have a superficial knowledge. And why superficial knowledge? Because we don't ask them, right? So you continuously do this, help us, right? Leverage strategic, operational, and procedural standard work throughout the organization. Create, update standard work with the user in mind. Use formats that support multicultural work environment. Suppose if you are in a diverse culture, you have to mind. Like I work with a lot of Asia Pacific company, so I have to keep in mind the multicultural work environments. Implement the standard work by training all the employees who perform the process. So ensuring that standard work is readily accessible and they understand. Ensure that standard work has owner who is responsible to keep it accurate and accessible, right? You can use process metrics and feedback to verify that our standard work is effective. So this was in my mind. And generally we use this statement that person is not a problem, process is a problem. I repeat, person is not a problem, process is a problem. If you keep this fundamental in mind, I think a lot of opportunity to improve the standard work or processes, because root cause sometimes not understandable or complex, and we can make and simplify. And that was the motivation to discuss this talk. The expert also gave their opinion that 94% of the problems in business are system driven. Only 6% are people driven. So we understand the importance of simplifying our standard work. Even this guy has also given one more input to all of us, that if you can't describe what you are doing as a process, it means you don't know what you are doing. So a couple of key processes which has a high impact on our business, it must be there, right? The process which has a high impact must be there in terms of standard work, right? So point blank, I think my point was to tell you that if we have a SOP, SOPs are doing good, no problem. But SOP people are showing some reluctance or resistance. Apply the ask principle, keep a human touch, right? And end of the day, we want to achieve the competitive excellence in our business, right? And that is why this is my target project right now. I call this project as Race ACE, right? Achieve the competitive excellence, right? So here I would like to sum up that what all we talked just now, try to conceive it in a bigger way, start believing there is a benefit of this, and achieve the excellence in manufacturing, right? So with this, I just end up the input part, right? And I say big thank you to all of you.